Hello and welcome to this edition of the GOP Rebuttal. I'm Dan Wandell reporting for Beacon Hill. Today we'll be interviewing Plymouth's 1st District Representative, deMacedo, and we'll be speaking on the political landscape of Beacon Hill and how the Democratic caucus has been more interested in the special interests and lobbyists and not the constituents who voted for them. Thanks, Representative deMacedo, for joining us on this week's edition of the GOP Rebuttal. We'd just like to give a quick bio to tell the folks a little bit more about yourself and your position up here on Beacon Hill.
Well, first let me thank you for what you're doing, getting this information out there. It's important for the Republicans in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to really start to make the case, to explain to people what we believe, and frankly, I think when they understand what we believe, what we stand for, and 9 times out of 10, I believe that they've been with us. They understand the role of smaller government, more efficient government, and more accountability to the people directly. And so I appreciate the fact that you're doing this. As far as a background on me, I've been a legislator for 11 years. I was elected in 1998, and fortunately at that time we had a Republican governor who was running at the time was Paul Cellucci. He won. And I think that was helpful for me. I won my first election. I've been an incumbent Democrat by 189 votes. Since then, and obviously I think it's clear to say that it became more and more challenging for Republicans to win in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And I think, frankly, it's been evident in what we've been doing up here on Beacon Hill, just making government bigger and bigger. It's so important to have that two-party system. I got into politics because I was a small business owner. I saw firsthand how the decisions that were made up here on Beacon Hill affected the small business owner, and I became frustrated. And I believe that I've been up here and I've been trying to advocate on behalf of a small business owner trying to survive in Massachusetts. I believe that the private sector is where jobs should be created, not in the public sector. I think you can look at what's happened recently, that the public sector has been growing jobs. In the state's case, the public sector is growing them, and the private sector has been decreasing jobs in the economy. That's not the way it should be, and another reason why I'm here. But as a small business owner, as a guy with 3 kids trying to survive in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I believe we need to have more people up here who can articulate the position, and specifically as a Republican. My experience in the 11 years that I've been here is that we have a woeful lack of two-party government. That being said, we always had a Republican in the corner office, and it helped because the governor had the ability to probe it. And the people of the Commonwealth understood that give and take was important, that dialogue and debate was important. What we've seen over the past two and a half years, or 2.5, or through going into 3 years of having an entirely democratically controlled legislature, entirely democratically controlled corner office, the congressional delegation, all Democratic, is that you have no debate. And no debate is a bad thing for the Commonwealth. We continue to fight. We try to bring the issues out there. And frankly, it hasn't been until everything started to blow up that the media has paid attention. But they're paying attention now. Perfect example, it was the issue of the holidays, the evacuation days, the hack holidays. Those were out there. Those were specific to Suffolk. We were the ones that actually forced that debate to have it on the floor. Otherwise, it never would have been debated. When people realize what's going on, they get frustrated, they get mad. When people start to see what's going on with the pension system and the pensions that people are getting that are outrageous, it was us that bring those issues to the forefront. If we're not there, those issues never come to light, and then they wonder why government needs to raise the sales tax and the satellite tax and the meals tax and the lodging tax. They have to do that because they have to feed the government that they've created. And in many ways, I feel that there's a incredible over influence of special interests here up on Beacon Hill, who individually have their own good ideas one at a time that continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's why we're so far in Massachusetts in a place where we have to continue to raise taxes to feed those special interests. And I think that that's what we're trying to fight against. Despite the fact that there's 16 of us, we've been doing our best, but we need more legislators up here. We need more people that are going to stand with us. And frankly, we need the people to send Beacon Hill the message by electing more Republicans. When they send them the message, they will start to think differently up here. In my experience, I believe what many of these colleagues up here is that they feel that there's no repercussions for taking care of special interest groups up here. There is none. They can do whatever they want and they get reelected. That's been the general experience. When we start sending the message, things will change. And I think as far as the Republican Party goes, we are going to continue to push that, get those issues out there, and get them debated and make some progress.